In my life now, I can't imagine not writing. I actually can't go for too long and not writing something without feeling like something is missing in my life. But that wasn't always the case. There was a time when I didn't think that I would ever be a writer. Today, I'm going to tell you about how I nearly gave it up before I even got started.
Okay, let's go.
I was one of those kids that could read anything. It didn't matter what you put in front of me, I could read it. I didn't always understand what it was I was reading, but I could always read it. I remember when I was in grade 2, and the principal of the school I was about to attend was fascinated with my ability to read so well. At one point, after I had breezed through the children's books he had me read to gauge my reading level, he eventually grabbed a textbook from the bookshelf in his office and handed it to me to see if I could read it. I could, and I did. It was all the same to me. The only difference was that I didn't understand several of the words that I'd never seen before, but I knew enough to sound them out. I think my love for reading and the ease at which I was always able to read led me to believe that I could write my own stories. I soon discovered that reading and writing are two different things, and you can be really good at one while embarrassing yourself at the other. But I was determined and I kept trying to write. Whenever I wrote, the beginning came naturally. I had an idea of what I wanted my story to be about, and I had the momentum to see it off to a good start. But then I hit the middle, the dreaded middle, the place where a lot of writers run into problems, the place stories go to die. It's the place where you find yourself as far from the ending of your story as you are from the beginning of it, a sort of no man's land. It's where you have to come to terms with the fact that you've now come too far to give up and throw in the towel, but you're still too far away to start wrapping things up and bringing your story to an end. It's where, as a writer struggling to get over that hump, you begin to realize that whatever you set up in the beginning wasn't strong enough to carry your main character through to the end. I guess I fell into the trap that most writers fall into. I didn't know what to write next. I didn't know how to keep the flow of my story going. I didn't know how to keep the excitement building. I couldn't see a clear path for my main character to follow onward. I had used up all of my ideas in the first half of my story, and because I hadn't properly planned how to prolong the appeal that I began with, there wasn't enough left to carry through to the ending. I just didn't know how to keep the story alive. Then I did what a lot of new writers often do. I tried to make a bad situation better, but instead only made it worse. Believing that because I had invested so much of my time in this story, I tried to rewrite it by adding in what I believed it needed. I actually rewrote the middle 5 or 6 times, believing that if I could just fix the part where things started to go wrong, I would be able to save it and end up with a good story. But the thing that I didn't take into account was that the problem hadn't started where I thought it had. I thought the middle of my story was where things went downhill. Little did I know, but the middle was just the result of an ill-prepared beginning. I had neglected to consider the whole story. I hadn't stopped to take into consideration that the ending of a story relies on the middle. But first, the middle relies on the beginning. One cannot work without the other doing its job first. So when I tried to fix the problem by rewriting the middle, when the middle was a result of an ill prepared beginning, I was only making matters worse. I should have gone back to the beginning and given my story a proper chance by doing a better job of setting that up so the middle could, in turn, keep the flow going all the way to the end. If I'm being honest with myself, I think it wasn't so much that I couldn't do it, but that I had a fear of not being good enough. And that fear had me believing that I couldn't write a novel and therefore needed to give up my dream of becoming a writer. This was the hardest part. It wasn't a weak plot, and it wasn't uninteresting characters. It was the fear that I just didn't have what it took to be a writer. The fear that I would be judged for not adding up to the standards of other writers. The fear that I was not only wasting my time, but that of anyone who took the time to read whatever I had written. I had slipped into that void that many new writers find themselves drowning in. I began comparing myself to other authors who I believed I should be emulating. Somehow, after a short parting from my writing, I returned, but this time with fresh eyes and a more confident attitude. I started seeing myself as an individual with a unique outlook on things, with the ability to express my thoughts in a manner that even the most seasoned and successful authors cannot do. And that wasn't because I was a better writer than any of them. I was just better at writing about things from my individual viewpoint than anyone else. Because let's face it, as obvious as it may be, no one knows my mind better than me. I also realized that the fear that was holding me back and had nearly caused me to give up my dream was what gave me the conflict I needed to bring out the very best of myself. With this realization, I knew where I stood as a writer, and after that, it was easy to confidently create stories that I was able to bring to a satisfying ending. Don't get me wrong. Even today, I sometimes get bogged down around the middle. But the way I see it, that's just fear rearing its head and reminding me that I still need to work at achieving my goals. So, if I can give you any advice that may help you in any way, whenever you are setting up your next story with its plot, its setting, and its characters, always keep your eye on the ending, and you'll find that you will always have enough fresh ideas to keep the momentum going beyond your fear of the middle. Thanks for watching, and if you found anything that I said beneficial to you in any way, hit that subscribe button because you never know. My next video might just be helpful too.